Hi, this is Ben from Crompton Partners in Abu Dhabi. So we believe that apartment and villa segments in the coming months are going to undergo something of a rebalancing. And certainly in the first 6 months of this year, in particular, villas, shot up rental and sales prices. We saw low interest rates. We saw a lust for space amongst people who've been in quarantine for quite a while, and people really piled into, in particular, the luxury apartment space and also villas. What we expect to see is some form of normalization in the second half of this year. Still probably price increases amongst that higher end sector, villas and apartments, but we're probably going to see the job losses that happened during the pandemic and the delayed projects start to come through and start to affect the market. So we should get a clearer picture of what the market is going to look like going forward in these next 6 months. I don't think it'll be the same exuberance that we had in the first part of this year, but hopefully we'll come to a more sensible and more stable market, hopefully with prices appreciating at a reasonable rate. Now, obviously, most people will know that owning your own home is a lot cheaper than renting. Okay, almost whichever way you look at it, particularly with the low interest rates out there now, owning your own home can reduce your outgoings considerably, and you're also paying off the mortgage at the same time. So most tenants should now be thinking about, can they buy? Do they have the deposit? And doing the figures in their own head or approaching someone to help them with it. If I bought, how much money would I be saving? When choosing a location to buy a property in Abu Dhabi, of course, if you're gonna live in the property, the location is going to be near your work, school, or area in which you want to live for other reasons. Perhaps you're a golfer and you want to live by the golf course. So that can be a very personal decision. Also, your budget's going to need to be taken into account. Obviously, if you've got a lower budget, you might have to live a little bit further outside the city. If you're an investor, always look at your returns, okay? Investors should not be buying with their heart, they should be buying with their head. Always do the sums, always do the maths. What's the service charge? What should this be renting out for? What is your net return on investment? Not gross, what is your net return on investment? What's your cost of buying and what's your outgoings, okay? Also consider if you are buying for an investment, what areas are easy to lease? Okay, or what types of property are easy to lease? What areas are up and coming? What areas are creating jobs? Right now in Abu Dhabi Global Markets is creating jobs. There's also job hubs a bit further outside the city in Mazda and Yas Island. Where are those desirable places to live? And also, because you need to look at capital appreciation as well, what areas are up and coming right now? Yas Island is a great example. So there's a couple of things to bear in mind when thinking about where to buy property in Abu Dhabi. So right now in Abu Dhabi, exactly the same as in Dubai and probably in the rest of the world, there's been a real push into villas and places with outside space. Now, obviously, if you're going to buy for your own, for you to live in, those things shouldn't really make much of a difference. You're going to buy something that you want to live in, and your tastes are completely individual and your own and will suit your budget. If you're looking for an investment, the best kind of investments currently are your smaller townhouses and villas, places like Reef, Gadir, Neuer in the secondary market if you're looking at off-plan, also Yas Acres. 2 and 3 beds in particular are very, very popular right now. And the great thing about those things as well is they got low service charges. Villa communities tend to have much lower service charges than apartments for various reasons, which means your ROI should be higher. Trying to get a higher ROI, you can think about furnishing your unit. That doesn't pay off now as much as it used to, but it certainly will increase your return on investment. Think about units which keep tenants for a long time. For example, a 5-bed villa is probably going to have a family in it for a very long time, or as long as they stay in Abu Dhabi. Whereas if you try to rent maybe a 2-bed villa, that's really a transitional property. You know, you probably got a young family in there, or young couple. When they have kids and get a big family, they're going to move out. So you're going to have rental breakage there. You're going to have some time where the unit's not occupied, which will again affect your ROI. If you do get tenants, maybe meet them and have an honest conversation. Once your tenancy contract comes to an end, can I get people in to view the unit so that when they move out, you can have a very short transition period into the new tenants. You don't have that kind of rental breakage as well. Currently in Abu Dhabi, places that tend to be a little bit further out tend to have better yields. So Gadir's probably got the best yields in Abu Dhabi right now, and then probably Hydra Village, and then probably Al Reef 1. We expect that Al Reef 2 will have higher yields, but they're still handing over a lot of villas. So the purchase prices haven't really correlated with the rental prices yet, so yields are still to correct there. And also, perhaps some smaller units on Reem Island as well. Some of the one beds and studios there, you can get a really good yield because the rent's really quite low.